Virgo, you are carrying more than people can see, and this week asks you to stop pretending that invisible labor costs nothing. Venus begins the week in your sign, giving you grace, magnetism, and a refined sense of what feels right. You may look composed, capable, even calm. But underneath that, the Sun and Jupiter in Leo are moving through your hidden zone, stirring fatigue, dreams, memory, spiritual pressure, and emotional backlog. You may need more rest than usual, and that is not weakness. That is the body asking for honesty. Mercury in Cancer supports conversations with friends, networks, and people who understand your longer vision. But because Mercury is emotional here, you may need to say what you actually need instead of presenting the polished version. Let someone trustworthy see the unfinished part. You do not have to edit every feeling before it earns the right to exist. Mars in Gemini continues to activate career and public pressure. You may feel pulled between multiple demands, roles, messages, or deadlines. Be careful of scattering your energy, trying to appear available to everyone. Availability is not the same as devotion. The Taurus first quarter moon opens a larger question. What belief, plan, study, trip, or path is calling you beyond the familiar? Something inside you wants more meaning, not just more efficiency. Listen to that. When Venus enters Libra, attention shifts toward money, values, and self-worth. The question becomes practical. Are your daily choices reflecting how valuable your time actually is? The Sun trine Saturn gives you a chance to create a stronger boundary around shared resources, emotional entanglements, or private obligations. This week, Virgo, your breakthrough is not doing more. It is admitting what must be simplified so your spirit can breathe again.
Virgo, your tarot card is the Eight of Cups. Something no longer nourishes you the way it once did, and your spirit knows it. This card does not always mean a dramatic exit. Sometimes it means quietly withdrawing energy from what has become emotionally empty. Honor the truth that efficiency cannot replace fulfillment. You are allowed to leave behind what still looks functional but no longer feels alive.
Virgo, you get hexagram 5, water over heaven, waiting. This week asks for patience but not passive waiting. Prepare the ground, nourish yourself, gather information, let timing mature. You may want to solve everything immediately, especially if others are depending on you. But this hexagram says the right moment has its own rhythm. Trust careful preparation. What is delayed may be protecting the outcome.
Virgo, your rune is Fehu. Fehu speaks of resources, value, energy, and what can be cultivated. This week asks you to treat your time and attention as sacred currency. Where are you investing yourself? Where are you leaking effort? Abundance begins with respect for what you already hold. Protect your resources before giving more away.
This week asked your heart to be honest. Some feelings became louder because they were ready to be cared for, not dismissed. Some responsibilities became heavier because your spirit is ready for a gentler way of carrying them. Comment with one feeling you are finally willing to name without judging yourself for it. Subscribe for next week's horoscope and tap the bell so you can return when the next message is ready. And please watch your rising sign too. It may reveal the practical place where this emotional story is unfolding.